The stress of the holiday season got you down? Well, we are going to give you a few tips today to not only survive the holidays, but maybe even enjoy them a little. Hey everyone, it's Shelly from the Shelly Killinger Group at RE/MAX CSI. So today I'm sitting alongside Sandra Lane, who is a certified professional organizer. She's the founder of Organization Lane, which is an organization company here. You are a speaker, you have a book, you're an author, Ask the Organizer. You guys can find it on Amazon. Thank you so much for being here with us and taking the time. Absolutely. So tell us, before we even dive into the holidays, and you know, we have a really interesting video for you guys today talking about how to simplify the holidays. But before we dive into that, just tell them a little bit about yourself, you know, and your work that you do.
Sure. So since 2010, I have been working with residential, business, and student clients to simplify their life by removing the clutter that they no longer need and helping them become better managers of their time and space.
I love that. I love that. And you live here in Pittsburgh, yeah?
I do. I live in Sewickley.
I love it. Well, I am so appreciative of your time. And today, like I said, we're going to talk about simplifying the holidays, which that's a big task to take on, but we're gonna do it today.
Oh, we absolutely are.
Absolutely. So, you know, what do you feel before anything else is the first step people should take in simplifying the holidays and really getting back to enjoying the holidays?
So I think taking a moment to really reflect on, for this season, for this year, what is it that matters most to you? I think most people will say spending time, quality time with their family is what matters most.
Right.
That needs to be on your radar every time you make a decision about what it is that you want to do.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
We all have these traditions that we've followed over the years that we've carried. And then just kind of lay those decisions out one by one.
Right.
Each one of those traditions, each one of those tasks that you have for the holiday. Put them on a whiteboard or a manila pad and really look at them closely. Is there something there that you could either cut back on or let go, prioritize in terms of remembering what your focus is for this year?
Yeah.
Spending time with family or whatever that is for every family will be different.
And you can just scratch some from the list, or, you know, it could be Christmas cards, or you were saying Christmas cookies, or, you know, the 14 invites that you get to all of the holiday parties. You know, you're saying actually physically put those all in a list and then choose what you've got room for, and then pare down and put just those items on your calendar.
Right.
I love that. And I think it's really important to note, actually, that downtime should be in there. Maybe some recovery time, you know, where you just don't have anything on your calendar, and mark that in so that you're saying, okay, this afternoon we're not doing anything. We're just going to enjoy each other. You know, I think that's so important.
That should go on the calendar too. If that is important to you, then maybe watching all those Christmas movies needs to actually get written in on the calendar so that nothing else gets put on top of it.
Yeah.
So
because you know that's what will happen.
Exactly.
It'll get overwritten.
Right.
But I love that, just prioritizing and remembering what's most important to you. And like we were saying earlier, to some people Christmas cards are really important. To other people, maybe not. You know, and that could go to the wayside, you know? Oh, I love that.
I can use myself as an example when it comes to Christmas cards. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I've had some years where I was able to get it done and years when I couldn't. And I had to make a choice. By Thanksgiving, I usually have a pretty good idea whether or not I'm going to pull it off. Yes, because it's all about getting that picture, and that usually happens at Thanksgiving. And some years it happens, and some years it doesn't. And when it doesn't, I am perfectly happy with just sending out a Facebook greeting card to most of the people on my Facebook, you know, group. Are my family and friends that I would have sent a card to anyway.
Right. And you're still touching them.
Yes.
You know, they're still hearing from you and getting your family update and all of that. So really, does it convey the same message anyway?
That's what works for me.
Right.
I'm not saying that's an answer for everybody, but that's certainly something I came to terms with.
I love that. Well, and just realizing what's important to you and what matters most. I love that. So I think it's really important. Part of your work that you do is helping people learn how to say no to things, and realizing that it's not selfish So tell us a little bit more about that. How do you get comfortable with that?
Sure. So first off, saying no is something we have to deal with all year long, but during this time of the year, it is one, again, that we need to remember, what is our focus?
Right.
Is it, being with family, accepting this invitation, doing that? We are always going to get asked to do something.
Right.
And you have a couple of options here. So when you are asked, you don't have to answer right away.
I love that.
Sometimes we feel compelled because we really can't quite come up with an answer, and we just feel compelled to say yes.
Right.
When in fact we probably should have said no. Because when you say yes consistently, you are most likely saying no to something else that could be very important to either yourself or your family. And what I like folks to get comfortable with is just telling folks when asked, hey, can you coach the soccer team? Hey, can you please make 10 dozen cookies for this Saturday?
Weekend. I know.
Exactly.
I know.
Can you just say, and again, this takes practice.
Right.
Let me please check my calendar. I want to talk to my husband, and I'll get back to you in 24 hours.
I love that. Because you don't have to say no right then and there.
You're not saying no, but you're also not saying yes.
Right. And you have time to think about it.
You have time to think about it and then get back to them. And then you can really clearly respond.
Right.
With sincerity and tact, and, not feel like you're cornered into saying yes.
That's genius. Well, and all of those, holiday commitments that come up, or like you say, even the whole way around the year, you can just only choose what really matters most to you. And I love that. So saying no is not selfish. I think that's a really good thing to realize.
It's absolutely not. It's a part of the whole goal of simplifying your day, your week, your season. So yes,
it's necessary.
It is necessary.
I think another thing that so many people get caught up in, especially with the age of social media, where everything is so visible and everything's on Instagram and all of that, it's trying to make everything perfect. Trying to make sure that your kids get the perfect gifts, and trying to make sure your table is Instagram worthy, and you've got all the matching outfits in the family Christmas card photo. And how do we navigate through that a little bit, that perfectionism,
So that could mean a couple of things. Maybe just disconnecting. If that is what motivates you, social media is what's moving you to try to keep up with the Joneses, then maybe disconnecting from that might not be such a bad idea.
Absolutely.
Right? But also just recognizing, again, what is it that's most important? Keeping up with the Joneses and having that perfect table setting, or enjoying time with your family, or whatever it is that you want to focus on most for this season.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. Well, and we were talking about this earlier. I think it's just so important to realize that sometimes good is better than great. You're so focused on putting on the perfect meal or the perfect photo, when good would have just been fine, and everyone would have enjoyed themselves, and you wouldn't have been worried about every single detail. So I think
you don't have to eliminate some of the traditions that you have in order to simplify your Christmas, in terms of good and great.
Right.
Instead of 12 varieties of cookies, how about just 4 or 6?
Everyone choose a favorite.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely. There are ways to simplify what you're doing and yet still hold true to your traditions.
Yes. Well, and that kind of leads me into something else I wanted to talk about. Just because we sat down with the whiteboard and we pared down some of these items that we said, no, we're not going to do this. That doesn't mean that you have to cut things out entirely.
Right.
You can just maybe cut back. And like you say, do 4 kinds of cookies instead of 12.
Right.
Give us some other examples. How could you cut back and not cut out?
How about gifts?
Oh
you want to talk about that?
Yes, let's talk about that. Because it becomes so overwhelming. Tell me your story.
It does. So I can share my own story at home. Gift giving can be very overwhelming for kids, and sometimes really blow a budget for a family. So why go there if you don't have to?
Absolutely.
There are options available.
Absolutely.
So in our household, several years ago, we started, instead of giving gifts, doing a trip. And the only gift under the tree was the reveal of where we were going.
Oh my gosh. Did they love it?
It was the best Christmas ever. Yeah, it was the best Christmas ever. We took a 3-day cruise, and the kids got to swim with dolphins, and it was so fun. A life, long memory that they will have forever, and you can't put that in a package and wrap it with a bow. And after that first year we did that trip, we realized, darn, we can't really afford to do that every single year. So now what are we going to do?
Right.
So, but we really didn't want to go back to the overwhelm of an excessive amount of presents. And several years ago I read an article, I don't know where the origination of it came from, but it's called the 4-gift rule. And I'm trying to share the message of the 4-gift rule with as many people as I can. But the idea here is that each member in the family gets 4 gifts. A gift for something to wear, something they need, something they want, and something to read. Each gift is very meaningful to the person who's receiving it because there's only 4. And as a shopper, you are shopping with so much more intention and mindfulness because you know you've only got 4 gifts to purchase and you want them to be spot on.
Yeah, you want them to make them count, you know? Oh,
exactly.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's what we do on our off years, and then we take trips on the other years.
Oh, that's a genius idea, guys. Write that one down. That is a genius idea.
That's what works for us and our family, but it has certainly simplified the holidays. And again, it's about what matters most. And to us, it was just the experience of being together.
Yes. Oh, I love that. So cut back, don't cut out, you know? That is perfect. Well, guys, I really hope that you have found this helpful today. Sandra, thank you so much for stopping by and for chatting with us. I think the message at the end of the day is just focus on what is most important to you and simplify as much as you can, because less truly is more sometimes. But where can they find you?
Organizationlane.com, my website. Also features the various platforms on social media where you can find me. And my book is on Amazon.com.
Ask the Organizer. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you again, guys. Please share this with a friend. You know everyone's frazzled this time of year and someone may need this info. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.